Prime Minister Narendra Modi is in Moscow for the 22nd India-Russia summit. This is his first visit to Russia since the beginning of the war in Ukraine in 2022. Now, upon arrival, Prime Minister Modi received a grand welcome by President Vladimir Putin. The two-day trip is also Modi's first bilateral visit since he returned to power for a third term. On day one, jubilant Indian diaspora and Russian dance groups danced to greet Prime Minister Modi. Modi also interacted with a large gathering of Indian community members at the hotel in Moscow. Later, Putin hosted a private dinner for Prime Minister Modi at his suburban residence of Novo-Ogaryovo.
घर के वातावरण में हम उसी मामलों पर बात कर सकते हैं।
वो अपने आप में एक बहुत बड़ा खुशी का अवसर होता है और मुझे आपने अपने घर पर निमंत्रित किया और आज की शाम हम साथ में गप्पे मारे, इसलिए आपने तय किया। इस कार्यक्रम की रचना के लिए और मुझे घर पे बुलाने के लिए मैं आपका बहुत बहुत आभार व्यक्त करता हूँ।
On the second day of his visit, Prime Minister Modi will co-chair the 22nd annual India-Russia summit with Putin. The duo is scheduled to hold extensive talks, both one-on-one and with delegations. Modi said in a social media post that the talks will surely go a long way in further cementing the bonds of friendship between India and Russia. And they are already yielding results. Russia has decided to discharge and facilitate the return of all Indians working in the Russian army after the Prime Minister took up the matter with the Russian president. Till now, at least 4 Indians have been killed amid the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war. Earlier, Indian government sources had said that solution to the Ukraine-Russia war can't be found on the battlefield.
Big victory for India. Russia has agreed to discharge the Indians in the Russian army. The matter was raised by Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi with the Russian President Vladimir Putin on Monday evening during an informal meeting. Both leaders had essentially this has been a contentious issue for India. Roughly around 35 to 40 Indians are believed to be in Russian army, and we know that India has been able to bring back 10 Indians to the country, while 4 Indians have been confirmed dead. But essentially, we know that this is a matter that India was raising in the past as well, including just last week when the Indian External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar raised the matter with his Russian counterpart, the Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov. Now, essentially, we know that while this is a big development, today will be a big day. Today, of course, the India-Russia annual summit takes place here in Moscow.
The two leaders are expected to discuss regional and global developments of mutual interest. Defense, investment, energy cooperation, education and culture are on the agenda. Remember, Moscow remains a key supporter and supplier. It remains a key supplier of oil and weapons to India. But Kremlin's isolation from the West and blooming friendship with Beijing have impacted, to a certain degree, its partnership with New Delhi. Now, India continues to face pressure from the West to continuously distance itself from Moscow. As the two leaders hold talks, the United States has raised concerns about India's relationship with Russia amid the war.
So I will look to Prime Minister Modi's public remarks to see what he talked about. But as I said, we made quite clear directly with India our concerns about their relationship with Russia. And so we would hope India and any other country, when they engage with Russia, would make clear that Russia should respect the UN Charter, should respect Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity.
After Russia, Prime Minister Modi will leave for Austria. This would be the first visit to the nation by an Indian Prime Minister in nearly 4 decades.